All right, let's take a look at the rear wheel because this has driven me crazy. Now, why is this important? Oh, go online, use Google. Well, the internet is great for some things, and other things will screw you over big time if you believe it. So let's take a look. And for those of you who have RD400s, you're going to find this to be pretty damn amusing. So let me show you what I got. All right, this drawing happens to be the same both in the Haynes manual and on the parts assembly from Yamaha. So if you're familiar with this, it's completely wrong. So the axle does not slide into this from this direction. So all of this is backwards. All of this is backwards. It doesn't even make any sense at all. And the axle doesn't even slide in from that side. So it's just a mess. The axle slides in. Well, it does slide in from the sprocket side. So everything is wrong. You can't believe anything in here, including the spacers. So here it's showing the spacer going into the bearing. And that's not right either from this direction. It comes in from that direction. So someone was nice enough to send me a real photograph of this. So this parts assembly, if you follow it, you'll have a total mess on it. It won't even go together. So why even bother? All right, so that's what we're faced with. Incorrect documentation. Oops, there goes a part. Oops. All right. So let's look at the correct order. The dust seal and the spacer go on the sprocket side last. Okay, so the way you install this is you first drive in the bearing, and the bearing will be in the wheel like this. Then you put in the spacer like that. And then this guy goes in like this. Then you put in the bearing on the other side, followed by this seal and this spacer. So we're going to show this all go together in the correct order. All right, I'm going to set up and I'll be right back. Pushrod Fury! Let's get started with this. So obviously these parts have to come off of here and be put in some type of usable order. So let's do that. Playing with the world. So these will go in last. So those will all go on the side. These will also go in sort of last. So it's these two parts first. Okay, so we're going to put the large bearing in first. This guy over like that. Okie dokie. And then back to cleaning the wheel up. So if I pull this out. Do this guy. Okay. He goes in there. And you really need something the size of this to drive it in. Like you can't be hitting on it with the drift. The next part is this guy. So you gotta lube him up. And it's weird because he goes in the other side. So I'm gonna flip him over like this. I'm gonna put this in. I think I'm gonna use a guide so I don't lose it. So I'm gonna use this dowel. The dowel in like that. Oops. And then I'm just going to take my drift, clean it off. I want to carefully I really should have put that bushing in the bearing first. Okay, so let me show you why I'm happy now. Gee whiz, that was scary. Yeah, put that bushing in first, I think. I thought it'd be too loose. When I put this washer here as a spacer, I can push. It glides nicely, so I think that that's fine. Okay, so finally I got that thing in there. Definitely install that bushing, you know, off of the bike. And now it's perfect. And it wants to sit centered by itself. So before it wasn't quite seated. Now, we take the bearing that I've already lubed up and put it in there like this, okay? And we're gonna tap that in the socket, like that. So I like to put it like that so it doesn't hit the center, okay? And I'm gonna put the phone, let's say here, because my GoPro keeps overheating, even with the new firmware fix. So that's just a joke. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so the only thing I would have done differently is install that spacer into the sprocket side bearing first, and then install the bearing, just so you make sure it's 100% flush. So we got this guy, he's gonna go in to there. We can drive him in the same socket. That. Flip it over. Whew. Gosh, the mosquitoes are relentless. There's like thousands of mosquitoes flying into the shop. They're buzzing me, and I didn't bring the mosquito spray. At least I don't think I did. So that's a mistake. Oh my God, they're biting through my socks. Anyway. All right. And then this guy goes in. Right? Give him a little wackaroo with the dead blow. And we have to drive him into. Do that with this. There we go. All right, that is an RD400 rear bearing and spacer assembly. All right, now I'm going to put these spacers in. So you've got that one that goes there. You can tell it goes there because this collar's wider. They're the same thickness, but this collar's wider than this one. Let's see.